From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Diana Zeineddine is an actress, content creator, dancer, and influencer on Intellifluence, splitting time between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Raised in Dubai, Diana moved to the United States at the age of 12 to continue her passion for performing arts and acting. Later, Diana became an NHL cheerleader for the Vegas Golden Knights for 2 seasons. Be sure to check out Diana's funny videos on TikTok and Instagram, and additionally, you can follow Diana on Facebook, YouTube, or thedianaz.com. Diana, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with us. We really appreciate it. So my first question for you is, can you tell us a little bit about your background, including how you got into acting and dancing?
Absolutely. So I actually had majored in journalism. I double minored in theater and dance. That's always what I really wanted to do, but I was sort of too afraid to take that route. I took journalism as more the logical alternative to acting and performing arts. Shortly after graduating, I decided, you know what, journalism is not my passion. I'm not going to go by this anymore. So I auditioned for the Vegas Golden Knights and I was an NHL cheerleader for them for 2 seasons, which was an awesome job. It was so much fun. And then after quarantine, I would say I took the acting route and I actually started training and taking it seriously.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Like you, I was looking to go into journalism, but my journalism advisor told me that, you know, I don't know, there's not much of a future. I'm like, that's comforting.
It's tough. I mean, both journalism and performing arts acting, they're all tough to get into. You just have to be consistent with it.
Absolutely, and innovative, and you've certainly innovated with your channel and with your content, particularly with the skits you do or sketches with your dad.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I never saw myself doing comedy. So I started TikTok as a form of creativity. So when quarantine hit, obviously I couldn't really train in person anymore with acting. And I went back to take a journalism class, and that's what really made me realize that that's not what I want to do. So I jumped on TikTok, started making like comedy acting videos. Those were doing well. And then I incorporated my dad into it and my audience loved that. And we sort of went with it from there. But it's funny, I always saw myself doing lifestyle and travel, which I still do have that. That's maybe like 30% of my content, but people really like my comedy skits.
We need the laughs right now, we really do.
Yeah.
Totally. And it sure beats like obituary writing. That's usually where they put you in the beginning in journalism.
Right? I agree.
So at what point did you realize that you were an influencer? When was your aha moment that you're like, you know, there's something here and I'm gonna run with it?
I would say TikTok was honestly the reason I wasn't afraid to go with performing arts and acting. So when I was dancing, I always was thinking, okay, obviously this is an amazing job. Like this NHL cheerleader, like it's so much fun, but it is a short-term position. You can't do it forever. So I felt stuck at that time. I was like, what is the next step? I went back to journalism, like I mentioned, and I didn't like it. And so I had an intervention with myself and I was like, okay, you know what? I need to figure out what my passions are. So when I was content creating on TikTok, I truly enjoyed it. And I realized social media and acting is what I want to do. And like a lot of the comedic skits I do, it's like, yeah, it makes people laugh and it's a lot of fun, but it's also acting. You know, there's a lot of acting skits that I do. So I'm sort of still in the realm of acting and doing things that I enjoy. So I would say when I hit 100K on TikTok is when I was like, you know what? I want to do this full time. Like content creating is so much fun, social media. And I sort of went with it from there.
So along those lines, how do you structure your average day so you can get everything done that you want to complete in terms of creating your content, in terms of planning future content?
So I am very plan oriented. Content creating is really not as easy as people think. I mean, it takes a lot of consistency and you're your own boss. No one is going to tell you, hey, you need to work or shoot content from this time to this time. You really have to be very disciplined. And planning out my schedule, I actually plan my schedule by the hour. I have a whiteboard, I have a Google Calendar, I have an everyday planner. So I really try my best to stick by it and have a routine because right now I am just fully focused on content creating. I don't have a day job at the moment. So this was ingrained throughout college. I was involved in a lot of different things in college. I was handling a sorority, a dance team, majoring, double minoring, interning, part-time job. So that's when I really got into planning out my schedule. And fast forward years down the line, I still go by the same method.
Wonderful, wonderful. And in terms of content creation, in brand collaborations, is there a memorable brand collaboration that comes to mind that you've had over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I did a collaboration with this news agency in Dubai, and that was the biggest paycheck yet. This was maybe a year ago, and after that, I sort of started getting collaborations a lot more consistently. But it's also not just about, it's about how you brand yourself, right? So I have my media kit. I started a website with all my work on there. So whenever a brand does reach out to me, I send them my media kit. I have screenshots of my analytics, everything like that. That way, it's a lot of it is negotiating. So if they have a rate that's below the rate that I have, I show them my analytics and I'm like, look, this is why I charge this much for this sponsored post, for example. This is my analytics and this kind of reflects on my rate. And then the past few months, I've actually been applying on my own to agencies and things like that. It's not just about waiting for a brand to reach out to you, but you can also go the extra mile and reach out or sign up for marketing agencies and, sign up for whatever brand deals are going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the flip side of this question I always ask. So for the brands that do reach out to you, what's the weirdest pitch you've ever received? Because sometimes the brands, love them, but they might not do their due diligence in looking at their, Yeah,
this happened a lot, more than I can count, but they're like, well, we won't pay you anything, but you're gonna get our exposure, And I'm like, the exposure doesn't really pay my bills. So.
Exactly, it doesn't keep the lights on. And then last question, what are some of your goals for this year? We're starting fresh and hopefully we're getting past a lot of the craziness. We'll see, the rug's been pulled out from underneath us before, but in terms of this year, what are you planning in terms of your goals?
So I did just move to California to pursue content creating full time. And I need to get back into acting as well. I've taken a couple months off just because of the move and everything going on. But now I'm just fully focused on creating content, pursuing my passion, and also growing as a person. This is my first time moving out of my parents' house. So there's just a lot of growth that's going to come up this year.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. You'll get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. Earn cash quickly by referring your friends and family. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date. That's it for now. We hope to see you soon.